You are tuned into bBold Radio, breaking barriers over lives daily. This is the place for you to learn strategies and tools to turn your business, your dreams, and your goals into a reality. Thanks for tuning in to bBold Radio. This is your host, Dymeata B, and you're listening to episode number 65. This episode is brought to you by Shopify. I use Shopify for my bBold Cosmetics website. It's ran through Shopify. Why? One, because it's super easy to use. They have excellent customer service. I highly recommend them for your first site. They have a free and easy template, many templates, might I add, to set up your website. Also, you manage your customers anywhere with their super cool phone app. Join Shopify today. Start your 14-day free trial at www.shopify.com/DymeataB. Have you ever been going through something and you don't know the answers? You don't know like what's going to happen next. And you have this anxiety, you have this rush, this feeling of impatience. You just want to know what's going to happen next. Maybe it's, a job transition. You want to know, okay, I quit working this job. What's going to happen next? What do I do next? Why am I experiencing so much turmoil? Why am I experiencing so much pain? Why are my bills not being paid? I feel like things are not, working out the way I planned it. Well, there's this thing called trust and trusting God in the process. And I have an organization and we have a live call every first Monday evening. And I talked about trusting God through the process. And so I want to talk to you guys on this podcast today about the same thing, trusting God through the process. Many times we don't realize that when we're going through circumstances and situations, God allows us to go through those things because He wants us to learn how to trust Him through the process. I have a particular project that I've been working on for maybe since January or the end of 2016, and everything is not together yet. It's just some things I need to, shape up. I need to get together. I need to straighten up and organize before I actually, share it with the world. But it's a lot of work. And at times I get discouraged. At times I'm like, my God, when is it really going to pop off? When can I, put it out there? When am I going to be able to launch it? And God is just saying, trust the process. And that's what I want to encourage for you. I want to encourage you today to trust God's process. I don't know what you may be experiencing. I don't know what it is that you're facing today, but I want to encourage you and let you know that God is in the midst. In the Bible, I'm sure some of you have heard about David and Goliath. David, he defeated Goliath and he became king eventually, but he had to trust God through that process. There's another story in the Bible about Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel refused to bow down, and he was called a man of excellence because he trusted God through every circumstance and every situation. He was placed in the lion's den with lions that could have possibly eaten him up, but he trusted that God was going to remove him and deliver him out of that pit, out of that lion's den. And that's the kind of faith that we need in this day and time, whether it's building a business, whether it's, getting a family together and getting your family in order, whether it's, transitioning from a job to entrepreneurship. I want to encourage you that God is in the midst. Don't get discouraged. Don't get lax. Don't give up. Trust God through this process because He's orchestrating things. He's building up that patience on the inside of you. He's building character on the inside of you. And that's what He's doing for me. I may want things to go quicker than I anticipated or quicker than I see it happening. But God knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly when things are going to manifest, and he is in control. I need you to say that with me. God is in control. Say that, because he is in control of your life. And see, there are benefits of trusting God in the process. Whatever process you're going through, there are benefits of trusting God. And when we trust God, there's a certain power and confidence that God begins to give us. He gives us power, he gives us peace, and he gives us provision. And people don't realize that when we're going through a process, God is enabling us with power. We can begin to speak things into existence. We can begin to do things that we never thought or imagined that we would have the ability to do. So he gives us that inner power that we never thought we had. Hey guys, I'm so excited to announce to you that my organization, bBold in the City, we have now launched our monthly empowerment calls. These calls will be hosted every first Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can get the dial-in number as well as the access code when you log on to www.bboldinthecity.com, or you can follow us on Instagram at bboldinthecity. bBold in the City is a global empowerment organization for men and women who are ready to break the norm by discovering and maximizing their true potential. Our goal is to educate, empower, and inspire you to live a dream-fulfilled life by leaving you feeling bold and fearless. bBold in the City, we're in the business of breaking barriers over lives daily. You don't want to miss these monthly empowerment calls that will be going on every first Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Share the word. Share it with a friend or a family member who you know needs to be empowered and impacted by truths and by tools that will help catapult you to the next level. Until next time, believe, be original, and live your dreams. We can begin to do things that we never thought or imagined that we would have the ability to do. So he gives us that inner power that we never thought we had. Another benefit of trusting God in this process that you're going through, there's a peace that he wants to give you. When we trust God and leave the consequences to him, leave the plan to him, just let God do his work, and we just trust him what he assigned us to do, trust that he's going to do exactly what we prayed and asked for. There's a peace, an uncommon peace that we can't even explain. You know, you could be going through hell and high water in your marriage, or you could be going through something in a family situation you're facing, or a financial situation, and God will give you a certain peace that normally people would just fall out and they would have nervous breakdowns and they just wouldn't be able to handle it. But there's a peace that God wants to give you that's unexplainable. There's an uncommon peace that he gives us. That's a benefit that he gives us when we trust the process. Another benefit is he gives provision for his people. God wants to provide for you. He wants to provide your financial needs. He wants to provide love. He wants to provide peace. He wants to provide mercy for you. He wants to heal you. He wants to provide restoration in your family and your relationships. He wants to provide that. He is the ultimate provider. And when you trust him, you give him permission to provide. See, when we stop trusting God, we're giving ourselves permission to rule and reign in our current circumstance. And we have limited information. God knows exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. He's already in your tomorrow. So whatever you're facing today, he's not in your today. He's in your tomorrow. He gives you peace for today. He gives you certain amount of grace for today. So trust and believe that God is working things out and he's providing for you in your tomorrow. So stop worrying about how you're going to pay the next bill. Stop worrying about where you're going to live next. Stop worrying about that stuff today and live in the moment of peace today. So God wants to reveal to you his provision. So trust God today. Whatever it is, whatever circumstance that you're facing today, just know that God is in control. You know, there are many times I have to stop and just know and say to God, God, look, you're in control. You're in control of my business. You're in control of my family. You're in control of my finances. So take control. I give you full control. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to experience your peace. And that's what God wants to do in your life today. And I hope this podcast has been an inspiration to some of you, to many of you. If you are a business owner, if you have an event that's approaching, we want to put your event, we want to advertise your business on this platform. And we have opportunities available for you. If this is for you and you would like us and our listeners to hear about your business or advertise your business, we're providing you with slots on bBold Radio. All you have to do is email us for further information at bboldquarters@gmail.com. Again, that's bboldquarters@gmail.com. Until next time, believe, be original, and live your dreams.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope this podcast has been an inspiration to you. Hey, I want to stay connected. Text me bBold to 22828. That's bBold to 22828, and let me send you my free guide on how you can experience confidence in every area of your life. Until next time, believe, be original, and live your dream.